What is up, TCO Tribe? It is Sarah hitting you with another Rolling for a Reason episode. We are filming this podcast from our training room at TCOasis. For those of you who don't know, our TCOasis Trip is an exclusive perk for our fundraisers that raise over $10,000. It is a trip full of fun, training, sun, and relaxation for our 10K club members. Joining me today are the only two people that have joined us all 5 years on TCOasis. We're going to go ahead and talk to them about their incredible success in fundraising and the reason behind supporting Tap Cancer Out. Please welcome to the podcast, Chris Nacho Andrews and Shannon Schade. Hey, guys.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Great.
Good. Welcome to Florida.
I know.
Love it.
Love it. It's our second time back to the same hotel, but
Yeah, this is awesome.
it's awesome.
It's beautiful.
If you guys hear
Yeah.
if you're not watching the podcast, but just listening, you're going to hear some grunting and rolling in the background.
That's right.
It's because we got live rounds going on behind us.
And
So,
some crying.
Bunch of kids beating up adults.
yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. You know, our founder is in the back getting beaten up by a gray belt at the moment. Sounds about right.
Sergio.
And then there's Sergio sitting over there. Just sitting there doing nothing. Alrighty, guys. Well, let's go ahead and just get on into it. If you guys want to start, Shannon, I'll have you start.
Sure.
If you just want to introduce yourself a little bit and tell us about how you first got involved in Tap Cancer Out.
I'm actually trying to remember. I think I just saw the tournament coming in the area. I was a white belt and I was excited to compete. And I was like, you know what? This would be fun because it's like less pressure. Mm-hmm. It's for charity. Everybody's going to have fun. No one's going to try to kill you. So I was like, all right, let me do this. And I think I had done like Naga or something before. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me figure out a way to raise money. And I think I started out by like just trying to hit people up and it just didn't work. So, and I actually at the time, I think I was managing the liquor store that I'm a buyer for now.
Oh, cool.
So I think I just convinced my boss at the time to like donate some like Blanton's and some like Buffalo Trace and some things that we could get our hands on easily. And then I just made a basket and then I raffled them off. I want to say it was just like customers and through the store and just like friends that I knew that drank bourbon. And then eventually each year I kind of like got my hands on more allocated stuff. Finally, I got a Pappy and then I got the entire Buffalo Trace collection, which is like the holy grail to bourbon drinkers. And then I literally just started hoarding all of our allocations for Tap Cancer Out
Holding
every
all
year.
this whiskey and bourbon.
Yeah, and then I started using local bourbon groups. So there's one called Maryland Bourbon Society. Romeo's in it.
Oh, really?
That's how I know him. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And Delaware Bourbon Society. And it is just, you have like, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 people in each of those groups. And all I'd have to do is just post it in there, and then just the money comes.
Oh,
and
really?
I do, it's like $25 or like 3 for $60.
Mm-hmm.
And most, on average, the last like 4 or 5 years, most people spend $110 on raffle tickets.
On raffle tickets.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'll do like a side one, like the big raffle for $50 a ticket, and then they'll do like the 3 for $60. So on average, they spend $110. Like I was averaging it out every year. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Because they just really want the bourbon,
Yeah.
and you can't get it. So
That's amazing. And all that
yeah.
bourbon's just donated, right?
it's donated from our store. And now that I'm the buyer, I just take it for myself, like for Tap Cancer Out. We have more that we sell to the customers, but I have first dibs,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Nacho, what about you?
I honestly think Facebook stole my profile, and I was searching stuff, and it just started popping up. I don't know. It was what 2020, I think, was the first one. 2019.
Yeah, 2020, I think.
2020.
Yeah.
Because we're in year 6, so it had to be
Yep.
2019.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you were right. Yeah.
So I was a blue belt at the time, and I was competing a lot more back then when I felt more comfortable competing.
Yeah.
And I think it just showed up. Like we did the Denver Open, and then somebody was like, "Hey, there's this tap cancer thing." It was more towards the January timeframe, and I just signed up. I said, "Yeah, this is gonna be a cool one," and that was the year where it was a push. Like that was my first $10,000 year. I think I was right around 11,000, maybe even 12,000. I had over 100 donors that year, which was the biggest year for me.
Yeah.
I remember John making a point for that one, and I just, I had a friend whose daughter at the time was going through, she had been in, God, it was probably year 8 of her cancer stuff. And that was a big push for me. That was my first kind of like, I'm going to do this. And it just kind of went from there. And so it was pretty straightforward for me. I was just like, this is cool. And then we made the fundraiser. I was like, oh, this is even cooler. And so it started out small with our gym. And now we've kind of grown over time, the last 5 years now. I think we've been the #1 Colorado gym in the for
absolutely.
the state.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I think you guys are up there. Like we were talking earlier at our welcome hour is like, I think you guys are in the top 5, honestly. Yeah.
I mean, it's 160,000+ over the last 5 years. So it's pretty cool. And it just kind of took off from there. And so I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
You're dedicated.
If I compete
now.
or not. Like there's one year where I was going to compete and my shoulder got messed up and I couldn't compete, but people still donated, which was really awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Do either of you guys have any idea where you're sitting with your personal fundraising? How much you've raised?
60. Oh, total?
Total. Yeah.
Over 55,000.
You were right.
Yeah.
You were right. I'm not including
Whatever.
your 20.
You sell $1
26
million
numbers.
in alcohol.
I think I hit my 100K last year.
Yes.
Or
Awesome.
this
Yeah.
this year maybe.
I don't know if you know this, and I actually just looked right before the podcast because I wanted to see where you guys stacked up in 2026. You are top overall fundraiser lifetime. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
awesome.
you're sitting at over 115,000. So yeah, it's incredible, and that's why I was excited to be able to interview both of you specifically because, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I wasn't even at the first TCOasis trip because it was right after I got hired, so I didn't even go to Mexico with you guys. So it's cool to get the opportunity to talk to you guys and hear about what it was like from the very beginning.
That was a party. That was a good one.
Yeah. What was it? What was Mexico like? Take us back to the first
Oh my God.
TCOasis trip.
We were talking about this earlier.
We were really reminiscing.
you want
Me and
the-
Sergio in the car.
We went with the family-friendly story.
Let's go ahead and do that just because, you never know who's listening.
Yeah. It was great. And
We'll keep that for an after dark roll for a
Yeah.
reason podcast.
So we had, I think there was 15 maybe that year. It was a smaller group, but it took us forever to get there because it was Puerto Escondido. So people were coming in from East Coast, West Coast. I was coming from Colorado. I think I flew from Colorado to Houston to Mexico City, and then we got on some puddle jumper thing that I literally said that we were going to Cartagena, like Romancing the Stone, and we're going to be in this little small jet. Yeah, exactly. And we made it down to Puerto Escondido, and it was an amazing place. I think we were there longer. We got there on a Monday. It was a whole week.
Yeah, it was a whole week.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I remember.
Because of the
yeah.
time from the logistics of traveling, and it was great. I mean, there was some ups and downs. I drank the water that got me sick for a day, which was not fun. But
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that sounds.
Yep.
It's a couple people got
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
People. But it was a great time. I mean, the place was beautiful. It was this old vineyard house that was kind of out in the middle of nowhere. We drove through town. You pull down a dirt road, and then all of a sudden you show up at this house, and it's like, this is really wild.
Yeah.
And there's a pool. I didn't get to go
La
in the pool.
Colonia.
Yeah.
So La Colonia is like, it's one of the most famous like jiu-jitsu schools, but it's a set of mats.
Yep.
And isn't it
of a
outside?
mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
It's
going to say outside.
amazing.
Yeah.
And it's this guy, Adrian's parents' house
Yeah.
that he just turned this like beautiful like, I don't even know, like almost a pool house.
Yeah.
It was like it's like a pool house turned into, and all these famous like people go through there.
And the mats are green,
Really?
and the sun would come up during the day, and you'd be like, "Don't go near that. That's the hot lava," because it's 1,000 degrees. Like everybody would burn
Sitting
up,
in the
you know.
sun.
But they had a
Yeah,
massage lady that showed up. Remember that? And then the fresh coconut guy.
And you drink fresh coconuts right there, and
That sounds.
It was awesome.
yeah,
so
I always
good.
see like Gorilla Hands trains down there. Who else? It's everyone. Like I'm like I know those mats.
Yeah,
I know that.
I recognize
And
that.
it's beautiful. It's right on the beach is like maybe a quarter of a mile
Yeah.
away from there. So like it's really hot, but then the wind off the beach comes in, and it's the most amazing
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And we all went and released turtles one night. That was a pretty cool little thing.
And surf.
Shannon
and
rescued
surf.
a couple dogs, and she bought a scooter at the time.
I don't even want to talk about that. Oh my gosh.
Sounds like Mexico was such an
yeah,
adventure
and they
for you
did
guys.
And we did surf lessons too.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah?
did surf lessons.
Yeah, with a pro
Wow.
surfer,
Yeah.
like this local guy. He was great, Sasha.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's
It was
super
very
cool.
fun. It was amazing, and shockingly, John was really good.
At surfing.
Yeah.
It was his first time. He was really good. I think it was his first time. Maybe
You got to get him
live.
back on a surfboard somehow.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
maybe
cool.
go out.
Fantastic.
Yeah, go out to California for an next TCOasis so
That'd
we
be
can see
so
him surf
cool.
again.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Well, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that was beautiful.
Do you guys have, because for our listeners, we went to Mexico our first year, San Diego our second year, Destin, St. Beats, Peach, and then back to Destin this year. Do you guys have a favorite memory being at TCOasis?
Man.
Meeting Shannon, watching her buy a scooter.
I hate you.
No, I think Oceanside was pretty cool for me. I mean, it was just
Our
a weird,
San Diego
that-
one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a lot of travel around though, so that was kind of chaotic. But it was kind of cool because I don't really train a lot of nogi, so going to the 10th Planet stuff was cool. We were right by the Top Gun house, so that was like for me
Yeah.
being a Top Gun, like, oh, this is Top Gun house, it's pretty cool.
And we got to train at Legion, which
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
amazing.
we
that was
saw-
Yes,
amazing.
that was an amazing
Yeah.
facility.
Quick meetup with Keenan on the way in, kind of thing. That was kind of cool. And then what
And
was the other one?
Andres teaching us.
And Mija.
And Mija, yeah.
That's right.
So,
Andres
that's
and
cool.
Mija.
So it was a good time. I think that one for me was probably the best.
That best one?
Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Just because it was different. Like growing up in Florida, not to say like what St. Pete and Destin
Yeah.
and stuff. So it was but this area is beautiful as well. And so, but I think that was my favorite one so far.
Awesome.
Definitely Mexico. Like
Mexico, yeah.
like training at La Colonia, like at that gym, and like it's our group, and like Nelson, is like teaching a class, and we're all rolling, and it's just the most. And the sunset, we got a
Yeah.
picture
Oh,
with the sunset in the
yeah.
background. Also, the Puerto Escondido is so cool because like no one spoke English. Like you had to, and it was this beautiful town. I got up every morning and just like walked the street, and everybody was coming out and like sweeping the streets and opening their businesses, and it was beautiful and it was cool, and like the culture of the town was neat, and it wasn't super touristy,
No, at all.
and the jiu-jitsu was just awesome.
I mean, they had
Yeah.
they had a
best.
5K on Saturday morning. Like everybody like looked
Really?
at the little boardwalk thing, like the little road. There's like all these people gathered. Like, what are they doing? There's a 5K, and they ran down the road, turned around, and came back. It was really
No way.
It was
That's
amazing.
super cool.
The food was so cool, and like there was this little ice cream truck that came in, and it was vanilla ice cream. Like
Yeah.
it was bland as it was the best ice cream I ever had in my life.
Really?
Everything there was just fresh, and
Yeah.
the seafood was right out of the ocean.
Oh.
It's a really beautiful town. Like I would tell anybody to go visit there.
Yeah. That sounds
Yeah.
incredible.
That's pretty cool.
And Nelson and Hillary still they do their camps every year there still.
Oh, do they
yep.
really?
So
Yeah.
if anybody ever wants to do a camp at Puerto Escondido,
They can.
It's
That's right.
yeah, Inverted Gear Camp. I think they do it in October.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you guys check that out. They're actually here on this trip with us as well as some of our instructors. We love Nelson and Hillary, so we're happy to have them back with us again this year. Check out Inverted Gear Academy. Nice little tag for those
That's
guys.
right.
Got to give them a shout out. Awesome. So getting back kind of into your guys' fundraising, is there anything that you guys have noticed over the years that like didn't work with fundraising? Like or have you guys just been successful every year?
You've got a lot of cool stuff that you do.
I have one that did not work, and I'll tell you right now, it makes me so sad. I tried to do a jiu-jitsu fundraiser, so
Okay.
I went to all these different companies, and I got donations from Rubber Bones and from a bunch of tap cancer out gear. Inverted Gear donated. Oh man, the jiu-jitsu places were so great. What's the monkey tape?
Yeah.
Everyone donated, right? So I got all this cool stuff, just tons of swag. And then I went around and tried to raise money to do a raffle with jiu-jitsu people. And jiu-jitsu people don't have any money. They don't have any money.
Yeah, no.
I didn't raise
Any money?
I think I raised maybe like $800,000, maybe. But I think it was like around 800, but I think most of it came from this one gym in New Jersey where a bunch of people did have money. It was like
Yeah.
a bunch of older people.
Yeah.
Those financial investors and
Yeah.
stuff like
and
that.
Tom DeBlas donated a private for me.
Oh, okay,
yeah. And
yeah.
even
Even
Tom
that
DeBlas's private
do anything.
did not do anything.
Wow.
that is
yeah.
insane.
Yeah. So
What about you, Nacho?
Mine was kind of taken. I think I spoke to you one year, And then I spoke to another friend in Virginia that they did like a baseball raffle for their kid. And they bought all this alcohol, and they're like, we made $3,000 on it or something. So I went to all these, Colorado, like everybody in this country now has breweries everywhere. I went out and got, there's this 24 days of shine or 365 days of shine place in our town that makes moonshine. So I just got all these donations of alcohol, and then I went and bought a couple things for myself to donate as well. And I did the raffle thing, and it was like, if you donate $5, you'll get a raffle ticket. So some of my friends were donating quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I did the random online button thing, and just the thing, and you win. The Price is Right. Woo, yay, let's go. And it was just more effort than it really rewarded.
Yeah, than it was worth. Yeah.
So I mean, and some people were excited. Like I've been lucky to have donors that have, like, every year I've got a guy that donates. He's a good friend of mine. He donates $2,500 to $3,000.
Nice.
And then there's another dad that I've known for years. We used to bike race together, and he donates quite a bit as well. So I've got some pretty reliable donors for sure that have helped. But the raffle thing for me, I was like, I'm not doing that again. It was a lot of work to set up.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like the people that won it, it wasn't like some people would like, I donated $1,000. That's $100. I should win something. I'm like, you should, but it didn't work out that way.
That's not how raffles work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You don't just get like a participation prize.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But it was cool. And it ended up well, but it was just a lot of work.
Yeah, no, absolutely. On the flip side of that question, Shannon, obviously your bourbon raffle is the most successful thing that we've seen in Tap Cancer Out's history. But is there something besides that is a tactic that really works very well for you guys when it comes to fundraising?
I think just reminding people like that if you use the fundraising page for them to donate to, remind them that there's a tax deductible receipt.
Yeah.
You can get I get one guy who was like, oh, this is great because I need to like donate this amount to charity because he does stuff with real estate, so he needs like a tax write-off. So he does $1,000 to Tap Cancer Out every year. If they donate, whether you do a raffle or whatever it is, if they just donate directly to the site, they get their receipt, they get their tax deductible receipt. So I think that helps a lot. And also just outreach, like use social media for everything. Facebook groups, find groups like those groups, like you can just find them locally everywhere. And then you can actually, like, it's really easy on Facebook too. Like you can just share, like you have all these groups and you just share to groups, just boom, 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 boom. You can to like 100 groups all at once. It just takes a second. So, definitely social media.
Sometimes I get mad too, like the share groups are like, you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, I'm sorry. I think that for me was getting in touch with you on my list of people over the last 5 years and consolidating that into one giant email. And I'll blast an email out. And I did it a little early this year, honestly. And I will probably get back with you again and do it. But because I don't want to be that guy that's like, check this email, keep pushing.
Yeah, doing it too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you'll lose that
right.
Person. But that's helped me tremendously, of just emailing saying, hey guys, I know you've donated in the last 5 years. Some of you are multiple donors over the last years. I'd love to, I'm doing this again. Please let me know if you're willing. Here's the link. And I usually send the classy link versus like Facebook, because some people don't want to be on Facebook for that they don't want their money tied to Facebook. So if you send it to the actual Tap Cancer one, they like that.
It seems more legitimate to them. That's actually a very, very good point. Do you guys feel like there is a certain like thing that you can say on social media or in that email that draws people to donate, or things that people should stay away from saying? Like, I think, you touched on it a little bit, that like repeatedly asking for donations too much can be kind of a backfire, but is there anything that you should be saying instead of like pushing the donation message a little too much?
I think the needy part, when you'll lose people when you make it sound too needy. Like I sometimes people are like, you post a lot. Like all I post right now is once every other couple days I'll put the share link up with the picture of like, here's Tap Cancer, and I'll be like, I'm at $6,000 or whatever, like trying to hit 7,000 by next week. And sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. I think doing a video update helps a lot.
Okay.
Something like, hey, it's like, but not every day. Like, and you have to make it like a tangible, like, I'm trying to do this, guys. This is where we are. We've done this. And then sometimes you'll see like the view counts, like your story got 150 watches
Right,
or whatever,
right.
type thing. So that's helped. And then I actually started putting stuff on LinkedIn.
Really?
Yep.
I've heard of people doing that. I didn't know what the actual success rate is
It
of the
depends,
LinkedIn.
because I think a lot of the companies, like, you can mention that you maybe see if you have corporate matching. Like last year, the company that I worked for in Washington D.C., Assured Consulting Solutions, was they have a thing every year where the company votes. It's a very small company, like 90 people, something like that, and they voted, like, they put a vote out for the company saying, hey, what are your 3 top charities that you want to do? And some was like Wounded Warriors and stuff like that. And I
Yeah.
put Tap Cancer, and people voted for it. So it became a charity with the company where they would donate whatever you donated, they would match it up
Yeah.
to a specific amount of dollars. And so, like, my company now currently does some sort of matching. I think it's only up to like $250 of what I put in. But if you mention that, like, hey, check to see if this is a 501c company, if there's matching with your company,
Then they'll be
then
able
they
to
look
do
into
it.
if they have the time to look into it. Like, you can say, hey, it's really easy to just go check this out and look into your company if they do matching and if you're part of it, and it works out really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a really, really good point. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't really think about that they should is donation matching, because that's something I would have never thought about before I worked for Tap
Yeah.
Cancer Out.
We actually did a side raffle this year. If you did a company match, and it wasn't like it wasn't the amount. Was it the amount? Maybe it was. But you only got tickets for what the company matched. I think yes. So I had a little side raffle. It was actually the F Cancer bourbon. I think
Yes.
it's
The one
I
that
got
you gave it, John. Yeah.
and then it was like a basket, like a Penelope basket. But I think, kind of like what Nacho said, I try not to like flood the groups. So what I'll do is, instead of keep posting things to, like, because people will donate and then all of a sudden it just stops for a while.
Right.
So what I'll do is I hold back a lot of items. So if you are like to do a basket or some kind of like auction or whatever, you can always just say, okay, I have these 3 bottles, and then I'll be like, every week I'll release a new one. That way I can get it bumped up, or I can put more
Keep
material
people
out there.
like engaged in it.
Yep, and then the groups
Yeah.
don't get mad at me. I also have to get you do have to get permission from the administrators usually. And I have had to bribe them, but with bourbon before.
Really?
I did. The one that me and Romeo belong to,
Yeah.
they're sticklers because they're a private group and they're kind of
Okay.
like hoity-toity, but they're great people. They're
Yeah.
great people. But they, the 3 admins, like, they were like, all right, they only let like 3 people post, me, Romeo, and like one other person, because they do their own St. Jude.
Okay.
And there was one year they were getting a little cranky with me, and I was like, hey guys, have you guys ever had a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle? And they were like, no one's ever offered us one. I was like, all right, well, I got one waiting for you at the store. So I let them purchase like some bottles, and like I'm good. Like,
You're like, I'm
yeah.
set now. I don't need to worry about it anymore.
Yeah. So but yeah, I definitely think like not to be redundant or like not
Yeah.
to be pushy.
Not too
The
pushy.
other thing too is like I do one, and I need to hit her up this year actually, but in our little monument town, we've got this Lolly's ice cream, which is a mom and pop
Yes,
thing.
yeah.
And every year I'm like, hey, we're doing this thing, and they do a match day, and I always try to get it. They won't do it on a Monday or a Friday, but they'll do it like I always pick the day before school's out for the summer, and all the kids like, I want ice cream, and so they go to ice cream, and she gives whatever percentage, 10% or whatever
Yeah.
of the day, and you're like, what's her big day? Hopefully it's a big day, and she's like, it was great. We had a lot of people, and it's a little money that comes in, but some of the other restaurants will do it for like the elementary school, and I'll go in and be like, hey, do you have any more tax money that you want to do this for? And they're
Yeah.
like, it's totally cool. And some of them will, some of them won't.
Yeah.
So
That's very, very cool.
and then you go to like the car wash places and be like, hey, you guys have a car wash. Do you want to spend a lot of money on water? Do you want to spend money on cancer? And they're like,
Do they say no most of the time?
some of them are cool. They're like, yeah, we'll do this.
Yeah,
So,
really? That's another tactic that I don't think I've ever like thought about doing before. Okay, next question, and I know this is probably a question that either I or you guys have been asked by somebody at some point. Who are you guys fighting for? What's your reason behind fundraising? Is it somebody specific, or is it just a mission that you're serving for yourself?
I just started because I've always wanted to do charity work. And I actually am extremely inspired by people who've donated to me, who tell me their stories. And they are, I mean, I never not cry. Like,
Yeah.
especially like when my customers come in and they're like, I really love that you do this. I don't know if you knew this about me, but, I've, been cancer-free for 15 years, or their kids or their sisters. Everybody, almost everyone that donates to me has a current story that they're somebody that they're struggling, or one of my best customers at the liquor store. She's my top bourbon customer, and like her sister is going through chemotherapy right now, and honestly that's the biggest inspiration is and they feel good. That they can help.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They feel like they can do something.
Yes, exactly. It gives them a reason to feel like they're doing something to help their loved one. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
That's definitely it.
All right, Nacho.
Yeah.
I know this is a great question for you.
Yeah, mine varies every year. So the first year was my friend's daughter, and the last couple of years have just been to do it. This year I'm fighting because of my wife. So that's the big one.
And Deb is incredible and amazing.
Yep, she's awesome. So we that's this year's fight. The fight came home, and yeah.
Yeah. And it's I think for me, Nacho, your story and Deb's story just kind of touched me so closely, just because, you were already supporting us before this even happened to Deb for other reasons. And I think this was just like, I don't know, divine intervention or whatever you want to call it. But it's just something that, gives you a community already that is here to support you.
It made me focus a little more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I love that. All right, we're gonna switch to something more positive.
Cut and cut.
And cut. We'll cut there for that one.
Yeah.
What activity or thing are you guys looking forward to most while you guys are here for TCOasis?
I don't know. I'm hanging out with my son this year, so he came along with me for the first time. So we're just gonna beach it up and do it up and make sure we put sunscreen on so we don't burst into flames.
So don't fry.
So live in Colorado.
we don't know how to tan in that state very well.
My head's tan, but it's like stops about here.
Exactly. So. What belt is your son?
He just got he's been training, so he's 12. He's been training since he was 3-ish.
No way.
On and off.
Really?
He stopped for a little bit.
Yeah.
He actually missed his last belt promotion, but he is a orange and black belt now.
Okay.
So he'll be he's 12. So then he'll get his green at 13, green white, and then 14 will be greenish, and then green black.
Yeah.
And then blue belt.
And then blue
eligible
when he's 16.
for blue belt. Yeah. So
many colors.
So many colors.
I know. There's the wall of all the belts. You're like, wow, look at that.
He's actually gonna have all of them.
Yeah. But he enjoys it. He's a big 12-year-old, so he's training with the adult class now with me. So it got him a little bit more motivation because he was in the teen. We have a class called the Teen Titans in our gym, and he was bigger than all the kids.
Yeah.
And so my professor's like, why don't you just bring him into the adult class? And he likes it a lot better. He's getting his butt kicked, which is great, but he likes it better. And then they actually have a comp class for the kid. They have a kids competition class, but they want him there 2 to 3 days a week. And we can't right now with the other sports we do. He can't do that.
Yeah.
So we go when we can. But yeah.
That's
Spending
awesome.
time with him and just kind of doing the beach thing. Kind of hanging out.
Enjoying the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I definitely agree. The beach is
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like for all of us who don't have a beach super close to us,
Yes.
it's like this is what we're most excited about.
Yeah. Paddleboarding maybe if it's flat. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, the weather is much better than it was 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it was a little choppy,
It
to say the
was.
least. When we were here.
Find that
It's a
great
little-
white shark out there. We're gonna go look for that.
Yeah,
I know there's
Go
been a
shark
lot.
hunting?
I've been sending him stuff on Instagram. They've been every time there's like a little juvenile great white shark sighting. It's in Destin and it's current. Like it's current.
It's like
within
1
the
mile
last
out.
few
We're
days.
like, come on in closer. I want to see it.
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
So,
Yeah. I'm gonna stay far away from the water for that reason.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do one more question just for all of our listeners out there who are trying to up their fundraising to reach the impressive levels that you guys are doing. if there is something, or even actually somebody who hasn't fundraised at all, if there is a message that you had to give our fundraisers that are struggling, what would you tell them? I know this is a tough one. That's why I waited until the end to give you guys a thinker.
I would say you got to think outside the box.
Okay.
People get stuck, and I'm one of those people. I get stuck on. I have a decent Facebook following for my recording studio business, and I will invite every 3,000 some odd person that I may or may not know, saying, "Hey, here it is." They're not going to see that. You just invite them, and they get the little message like, "Chris has invited you to this," and they're like, "Who? I don't care about that."
Who is this guy?
so like the posting has to be a productive post. Like you can just put it out there, but like you got to make it worth their while to watch. You know, and I think the creative side of that, like some people will do a video and they'll splice it up and make it cool. Like I had an idea about doing a first intro video why I was fighting for tap cancer this year with the wife, and like filming myself in the car driving, and then filming myself there, and like putting it all together as one big dialogue, like a video. But I didn't have time to do that, so I didn't do it. But I think being creative, thinking outside the box, and kind of like if you know someone, like if you see if someone's like, I think too, and this is kind of a money thing, but if someone's donated to you and they do something, make sure you donate back to that. Doesn't necessarily have to be like if they donated $100, maybe you don't have $100, but if you have $10, like I always tell people, like, hey, you donated $10 to me, thank you, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and then the other guy donates $1,000. Either way, somebody donated.
Right.
It's still a nice thing. It's not just like, oh, you had $10, that's cheap. You know,
Yeah.
like might be all the money you had at the time, but thank you for your donation, kind of thing. And absolutely. I learned this from Robbie.
Yes, Robbie.
Thank all of your donors. 100%. Not necessarily in a card, but just even like an email message to them. Like I have most of my donors, I have their cell phone number, and I'll text them and be like, dude, thanks for the message. Thanks for the donation. That's awesome. And that goes miles.
Yeah.
I think, you know?
Do you think that personal, like, thank you message means more than a generic thank you message that goes to all of your guys' donors?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yep.
I do.
I
And
think
I don't know if the Tap Cancer app, when you donate, if it sends a message to them, or I don't know.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a pretty like generic like thank you message that includes their donation receipt.
Okay.
And just like how much they donated, and I think it's even like technically written from John. But I think that's the one thing that, especially like Facebook fundraisers, I've noticed that it's a little bit more impersonal, you know, like because you just make one generic post that's like, thank you for everyone who donated to my tap cancer out page, but then it kind of dies there. Like you're not thanking individual people.
Right.
I mean, I'll go on and message everybody on the Classy page because they get a message, I believe.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yep. And so if you got 30, that's abuse.
Anthony and John are joining the
That's right,
podcast.
Most states that's child abuse.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think he signed a waiver.
He's
though.
okay. He probably did. He signs a waiver to compete. Getting beaten up at TCOasis is the same thing.
But no, I think just be creative with it and
Yeah.
make it something. You know, I know some people will go out and say, hey, for the next, $1,000 in donations, I'm going to match $1,000 or whatever. If you have that, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody can do that. I try to put aside some money each year to do that specific thing. Towards the end, if I'm not making the goal, I'll be like, oh, I'm 3,000 shy. I'm going to put $1,500 in of my own, and for the next $1,500 in donations, it's going to be up to that. So I will make my goal.
Right. Yeah.
So, but not everybody can do that.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's very good advice.
I think exactly what you said. Think outside of the box. You also, you can always look into doing an event, even if it's like you can do a beef and beer and you can find donations. But even if you don't want to do that, if you're like a teacher, if you're at a school, like if I raise enough money, I'll cut off my hair or I'll have a bucket thrown on me. You could do like a silent, like an auction. So if you have a hobby, like if you do gymnastics or if you do CrossFit or running, you can have like a in-house workout where you come up
Fundraiser,
with and then everybody just brings like like $10 to enter, and then you give away like a silly prize. I mean, there's always like an event that you can do that, especially if it's like you can use your hobby to create that event. And I also do think like with the thanking, that brings back donors. So with my raffle, and I know Maryland Bourbon Society, when they do the St. Jude thing, they kind of just send out a list of everybody who bought raffle tickets, and they do it all through a generated thing on their app. But I actually keep it old school, so I'll take raffle tickets, like a roll of raffle tickets, and I'll write their name down, and then I send them a picture, a physical copy of the raffle ticket with the message. So I'll email everybody personally, and because of that, I have so many returns. I think you're right. I think a personal message to them, especially if it's like, I do like copy and paste a lot of it, but then I make sure to put their name and like try to put my own like kind of, and if it's somebody I know and that has returned, it'll be a complete personal message.
Yeah,
that
it'll be something different.
From scratch. And a lot of times they'll email me back and tell me their story or what they're going through, and then we go back and forth. And so, I mean, those are the donors I have coming back every year, year after year after year. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, no,
that's incredible.
That's good.
So for sure, make sure that you guys are thanking your donors. That's
Yeah,
number one key.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Awesome. Okay, well, quick fire, rapid, last question. What is your guys' favorite jiu-jitsu move? Whether it is a sweep, a submission, what's your go-to?
I'm going to say it like Gwen and Rob would say, and it's a knee back.
It's a knee back. What about you?
Hands down, baseball bat choke. Everybody knows that.
Yes, you and your baseball bat choke.
First tournament, put a dude to sleep with it.
Oh, it's so treasured.
Yeah, never forget that.
Yeah, it's
That's
good.
awesome.
Awesome. Well, Chris and Shannon, Nacho, thank you so much for joining us today. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to share with our listeners?
Not really. F cancer.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Cancer.
Raise money, get on with tap cancer. Don't be afraid of a lot of people are afraid of the tournaments.
Yeah, yep,
They're like,
yeah.
I'm going to compete. I'm like, you just tap.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, like if you're you're not like. I mean, so people don't realize that it's IBJJF rules, which doesn't mean like it's good or bad. It's just a little bit more controlled.
Right.
So you can't take a gun like a Naga and go, sword somebody to death or whatever. So, but like, I think people get nervous about competing. Like, don't get nervous about competing. And I mean, I hate competing. I honestly hate competing, but it's such a, I don't want to say joy. It's such a,
It's like an adrenaline.
it's a big thing with this one.
Yeah.
Like, because you win or lose. If you win or lose, you still win on this,
Yeah.
no matter what, right? And that's what people need to realize. Like with this one in particular, like you're raising money for a cause. Like you might go out there with a brown belt that you're competing with or whatever, and he whoops you in 47 seconds. Like my purple belt round, I did that one year. I had John's like, there's nobody in your bracket, so I'm giving you a 21-year-old kid. And he came out and I was like, I'm 48. Like, and he's like, okay, cool. And that kid tapped me in 47 seconds.
I've been training since I was 3.
Yeah.
I was one of those kids.
Yeah, I slipped on the mat and he said, "Oh, I'm going to rear naked choke you," and that's what happened.
Yeah.
So
That is true. Like competing at Tap Cancer Out, that's why I always try to get the podium. Like I'm like, all right, I'm gonna volunteer. I want podium.
Yeah.
Because everyone is just so awesome. Like it's everybody gets in the first place together and like they hug and like it's not like going to Grappling Industries or I hate to say it like Noggin. Everybody is just hugging and there's people that have like their their signs and their patches and it's just it's not you feel like this sense of accomplishment that when you do compete. I've only competed a couple times in it, but that you put the sweat in for your donors, like you're like, I sweated for this and I put it all out there, and at the end of the day that you make new friends.
Yeah.
And it's a I'm not gonna say people aren't nervous, but it's so much more lightened or lighthearted than other tournaments. So yeah, absolutely.
and you go on TCOasis trips when you raise a lot of money.
Exactly.
You meet people like this.
Meet these guys. Meet these guys for sure. Awesome. Well, thank you, Nacho and Shannon, again for being here. Be sure to follow us at Tap Cancer Out on social media and check out our website for upcoming events. To everyone listening, train hard, live well, and remember every roll has a reason. See you guys on the mats. Guys.